every day.
The crisis of veteran suicide is an issue we've talked about for years on The Price of Freedom. Now something we've seen way too much over the last couple of years. Veterans committing suicide on VA hospital campuses. It's an issue that hit way too close to home less than a month ago when two veterans committed suicide at VA facilities in Georgia on the same weekend. Tonight in The Price of Freedom, we talked to the national commander of the American Legion about veteran suicide across the country and what's being done to address what is happening. Last week, the national commander of the American Legion, Brett Reistad, spent a few days in Georgia. We caught up with him at a lunch event in Rossville. Part of his job is to visit American Legion posts across the country. I asked him, when he talks to veterans, what are they most concerned about? He said specific VA issues, and then he said the crisis of veteran suicide. A report released last year shows about 20 veterans commit suicide each day.
14 out of 20 veterans that commit suicide have never had contact with the VA. So the focus is trying to get them the help that they need before the problem escalates to suicide.
According to a story in the Washington Post from February, there were 19 suicides on VA campuses from October 2017 to November 2018. And there have been more since then, including 2 in Georgia, another in Austin, Texas, and another in Cleveland, Ohio, all in April. According to the VA report, veteran suicides overall have dropped slightly in recent years, but veterans are now 1.5 times more likely than non-veterans to commit suicide.
I think there needs to be a plan, and I think that plan is coming together. The VA is working on an initiative right now that they're bringing the veteran service organizations in to help support it.
But Brett Reistad made it very clear. This crisis is not just a veterans issue. It's not just a VA issue. This crisis affects the entire country.
It's a large bureaucracy. It's not going to happen overnight, and I think that it's not just up to the VA to deal with this. It's up to everybody. I mean, it's a problem that affects us all, and I think we all have an obligation to look out for our veterans and to get them help when they need it.
President Trump signed an executive order in March to set up a cabinet-level task force to help end this crisis.